Whoa, yeah. What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh. Tune in for the show.
We are in vastness, spaceness. There's no limit to the space in which we inhabit.
Top of the world, baby.
Top of the world.
Top of the world.
We're in the fringes, some could say. We're in the fringes.
On the edge.
We're on the edge of
three
society.
identical boys that you know, and one identical, possibly not even human. That's a thing, too.
Possibly unidentifiable.
Honestly.
E.T., right?
If we,
E.T. phone home.
E.T.
If you jumped off the cliff and someone took a photo, she could literally be a UFO.
Yeah, that
She could.
happens.
It could be an unidentified
fly
flying
in
It's
them.
much like a vampire. You know, instead of turning into a bat, I turn into a UFO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Actually,
and an article in the morning.
Yo, that'd be a fun superhero, or like a fun
Well, wait,
superpower.
wait,
Like you
wait.
turn into a UFO, or you just turn into. Like you just jump and you turn into
I'm
a UFO.
outta here.
I'm out of here. Fuck this. I'm gonna go fuck with people in the Southern California area.
What if you had like a different sound for each time you like turned into?
I'm gonna turn into a cylinder and just
If it was an anime,
Stay
I'd like
still.
give you a wink and like a peace sign before turning into a UFO.
Start. So, how would you introduce yourself, UFO?
Who's asking?
The man.
The man.
the man. Yeah, the man.
Then
The man would ask who you are. Like
Big
the
brother.
man.
What would Big brother say?
Yeah.
well, my first response would be, "How the fuck did you find me?" But then I would honestly recite my First, Third, and Fifth Amendments and
Good.
be silent until my lawyer was present.
And
That's
how
a
would you?
tip for you.
How would you sign the paper?
Why do you need my signature? Are you gonna ask for my
Evidence
thumbprint?
for history. I don't know. Maybe.
Okay.
For posterity.
Posterity.
You know, like the archive that they had at the end of Indiana Jones. Like they're just like Area 51. They're just rolling the Ark of the Covenant. We're just gonna roll your
It's
fingerprints.
just her, but it's like literally just a glass box.
She's from Saturn. Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
Saturn.
actually from Saturn.
E.T. You know,
Martian.
come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Martian.
Are you ET?
Yeah, I'm E.T.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have
Yeah.
E.T. on the podcast, everybody.
ET.
Yeah.
Round of applause.
Extra toasted right here. That's right.
Extra
Yeah.
toasted.
Extra toasted. Getting kind of toasted. What are we drinking right now? What are we sipping right now?
Well, I already downed one of the micheladas, so and
fair.
that edible's
Hey,
kicking in
she's
a
a
bit, so.
SoCal. She's from
She's got the
SoCal.
SoCal.
Coors Banquet. The banquet
Got-
beer.
And
Right.
I'm your lovely Belinda white girl from the evening. I got a
That's
truly.
right.
I'm the guy that
Yes.
Yours
smokes
truly.
I'm the guy that
Yours-
smokes all your weed. And my name's Cliff, and I'm drinking the twisted tea.
baby.
Yes, yours truly.
Guys, we are at a undisclosed location right now.
Yep.
Somewhere we're actually at a millionaire's house right now.
Yeah.
Right
Straight
behind
up.
Orange Hill Restaurant.
Yeah,
We
that-
saw two.
It's to the right.
It's
My
to the
right.
right.
over here.
Literally,
Over here,
Orange Hill's
yeah.
right over here. I had my
Yeah.
bar mitzvah party straight up that you were invited to. Oh my god!
Oh,
this
yeah.
is crazy. Can I say this
Yeah,
real quick?
Okay.
Absolutely not.
My bar mitzvah party was right here. That
Wow,
he didn't
just
get
utter
to go to.
disrespect.
No,
Yeah.
he didn't get to
I was
go
so-
to.
Teddy
Dude,
Roosevelt asked you.
Right there, and it was so good.
Dude,
Okay, and what was
dude,
it like?
all the scene Hot
scary.
Topic kids showed up, and I didn't even get the invite.
No, straight up, I passed a list around. My mom was like, take a list to school, get people's emails, and I'll email them the invite. And so I did it at school, and I was like, hey guys, yeah, pass this around. And I used to hang out with the cholos, the anime kids, and then just the
God.
in-betweens.
And the
Weird
Airbender-
amalgam.
the Airbender.
Weird
Little
amalgam.
international
Why?
district right
Yeah.
there.
No, straight up. And so the first day of my bar mitzvah, like I'm greeting people in. I'm like, oh my god, I'm nervous. I'm gonna see some family, see some people. I was like, oh cool. And all of a sudden, some girl comes in. She's like, oh hi, you're Robert, right? And I'm like,
This is my
hi,
fucking party.
yeah. Hold on, Rabbi Moshe. Yeah, this. Hi, you're Katie, right? Yeah, this is my bar mitzvah. Welcome. Oh my god. Yeah, no, yeah, it's a bar mitzvah. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know they just like showed up
It's
and you
a
didn't
bar
even
mitzvah.
know.
No, there's like a service. No, the party's in like 2 hours.
Oh.
There's a 2 hour
Are
service.
Are you
Oh.
serious?
Yeah, no, go inside. Thank you.
Wait, are you wait, what?
Hi, Auntie Babalachadach, and like it was crazy.
I didn't know
It was
this. You
so
didn't. You
fun.
never.
Like,
Robert, you never
where's
told me this.
the
One
hors
person,
d'oeuvre?
one person.
Where's the hors
signed
d'oeuvre?
that. Yeah.
That's so funny.
Anyways.
I've got a bottle of gin hidden in my pocket. We trying to turn up?
Yeah.
Oh, oh.
Wait. Okay. So what's your name?
Yeah, what? Did,
Yeah. What we're gonna
how can I
address you as?
introduce you guys to
We're
the
just gonna call you
episode?
ET, correct?
Yeah, ET.
E.T..
ET,
Perfect,
that
perfect.
works.
The,
And then-
the
and then-
bandit from another dimension.
Bandit from another dimension.
Bandit from
Ooh.
another dimension.
Ooh, that's-
Hyperdimensional rebel.
Oh, I got so
Yes.
much to say about theft, but I feel like we'll get into that.
Yeah, we will. We will.
No, that's what that's like. Let's just say it right now. That's why we got the mask on. This is
This
this is we just ran into you at a party, which is kind of crazy.
which is crazy.
Literally met you for the first time. Kind of wild.
It
and now we're doing a
it was a red party.
Yeah,
A
red
party.
with blood.
Red with the blood
Of Christ.
spilt by the
Um,
millions of people.
Over here, real quick.
Everyone doesn't want to talk about it.
No, we just gotta get the intro out of the way.
I know.
We just gotta get the intro out of the way. That's it. We'll let you run wild after. Hold
on, warrior.
We're letting the Mustang out of the
Yeah,
stable,
yeah, yeah,
but we
yeah.
gotta get the intro done first.
Hold the line. Hold the line.
Hold the line.
Hold the line.
Hold
Okay.
your horses, dang nabbit.
I am Gabe, otherwise known as Girth Brooks, and to my right,
I am Robert Amador, also known as John Wang.
we're the Beta Boiz. You are listening to the Funny Uncle podcast right now,
Mazo Mazo.
And
I'm Teddy,
now-
I'm Teddy Roosevelt.
and
by the
Teddy
way.
Roosevelt over here.
That's right.
And now we're gonna let the horse out of the gate.
All right.
So let's
Run,
get into it.
Stallion.
Run, Stallion.
So did Epstein kill himself? Let's just go.
Yo,
straight
did
off the
Epstein
bat.
kill himself? Go.
Well, first I was gonna say anarchy.
Good.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Yes.
We have some piles of dirt that we want you to light on fire, actually. So
Actually, we brought it.
yeah,
It's a reveal.
Yeah.
Why would I do that to this ecosystem? It's so fragile.
Yes, just like our
Egos.
political system. Yeah,
Yeah.
Very fragile. Very fragile.
Nature conscious, but radical.
Right. Yes.
I rather burn
Diet Mountain
buildings.
Dew,
I'll
toffee.
But,
throw dirt. I'll
Yeah,
throw
not
dirt
too
into a
much too.
cop's eyes, but not a rabbit's.
well, okay, but like, so in short, I'm an activist. Sometimes a DJ host for a radio station,
Nice.
unnamed, because you don't need
Undisclosed.
to know.
Undisclosed. Yeah.
Undisclosed.
Who the fuck's asking, anyways?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fuck outta
Why are you so aggressive? Okay, keep it down. God, Jesus.
Stoner by day, stoner by night. Yup.
Throwing stones sometimes, at
Yeah.
City
Yeah.
Hall.
Yeah.
I didn't do shit.
Allegedly.
You're getting your stories mixed
Yeah.
up.
That's actually the other
Allegedly.
guest. T.
That's the other-
Let me ask you a
That's the
question.
other
Let me
guest,
ask you a
T.
question.
Yeah.
It's actually pronounced Tay.
Lawrence.
Yeah, yeah.
Lawrence of Arabia.
It's actually
T.
Tay.
Lawrence.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Tay.
Tay.
He's from South. Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this question. What would you consider a busy night?
Oh, so we're just jumping into
Oh
it.
no, of course.
Of course.
No.
Okay.
That's what the Beta Boys do. We
If you
jump.
want to. If you want to. Because
Right.
to us, a busy night is sitting in a circle without our shirts and laughing at our own jokes.
Oh, yeah.
That's our busy night.
That's our busy night.
All right. Well, actually, no one's asked me this question, and it's a good question. So I'll paint you a picture.
I know.
Um,
I know it's a good question.
on a busy night, it might look. I would suggest to someone who is going out in a situation I would describe as running red or hot.
Okay.
You want to
Like my girlfriend.
Running hot, baby. Running hot, 24/7. Sweats, no makeup.
Are you spying on us?
Are you big brother? Are you big mother?
You're big
Um,
She's ET. She can fucking interdimensional.
I'm actually big other dimension.
Big, ooh, big
Oh.
other. B.O. Okay, all right.
Okay.
Bo.
Word,
She's
word,
Bo.
word.
Yeah, she's Bo.
Big other. If she's mother,
B.O.
Mo.
So okay,
B.O.
so you
Okay, yeah,
so
yeah.
you say typical night is running red or running hot?
If people are
Running
doing
red
that,
lights.
A
okay.
busy night, not
Yeah.
a typical.
Okay,
night.
running red lights. Got it. Okay.
Running red lights.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you'd want to get geared up. You'd want to I think you can do your own research on what you should wear, no descriptors, no logos, whatever. You get your gear if you're fortunate enough. I would suggest a quick med pack, but people have meds usually there, like street meds. And
Real quick, can I interject?
yes.
Is this gear passed down, like almost like a knife would be passed down from like a Nazi Germany type thing, or is it just like?
No.
Is it just
No.
passed down like?
different.
Or is it like?
different.
Yes, but
different.
not
Okay.
Nazis.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
wanted to know.
It's the one that used to do an act to them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I just want to clear that up because some of our viewers are very alt right. So I just,
Yeah.
I wanted to
Yeah.
mention
We
that.
want to make the distinction.
It's my uncle. It's my
Yeah,
uncle.
yeah.
It's
the Funkles.
So if we're going to a party, let's say we're going to a party and it might have red banners with gold trim,
Okay.
a little bit, or it could be red banners with black trim depending on the part of the country.
Yeah.
And you can do your research for that. What would you bring to a party?
What would you bring to a party?
What would you bring to a party?
Good question. So besides a little bit of med gear, which you don't need because street medics, but always safe. yeah, maybe like a gas mask, maybe all black clothing, maybe the bail fund number on your hand and your leg. Nothing that you'd want to get confiscated. You could even like drop your gear in a bush if you're worried it's going to get confiscated if you get arrested.
Do you want a phone on you?
No, I would
You
suggest
don't, really,
leaving
right?
your
You don't
phone
want a
at home
phone.
or
Yeah.
at least
Can you just
airplane mode or
take your
turned off.
battery out?
Like your SIM card, maybe.
Yeah, SIM card. Yeah,
I guess
the
I don't
SIM
know
card,
the
yeah.
logistics.
Correct me if I'm wrong here. I thought I read somewhere where people were using technology, people that were on people that were paying for the party. They had technology where they could tap into the phones and kind of like be able to locate
course.
people and then corner them because they're like, oh, these people are running to go get drinks and these people are ready to go get drugs and we're gonna cut them off. And
Yeah, of course.
Quick question: who's carrying the milk? Is it cold? Is it on ice? I need
You
to know these.
if you're at a
things.
really
Okay.
great party,
nice.
honestly though, like,
That's good.
and this is a really great transition, but if you're at a really great party, someone's going to be there with food and music and water and maybe milk, but like, milk on a hot summer day.
Okay,
Like,
is
Yeah.
real quick.
Wanna
Is
run
there
too
any
hot.
Is there any chocolate milk, or is that too much to ask for?
we'll just bring the
Do,
chocolate.
do, do,
Okay.
do, do you think
Bring it from
tear,
home.
tear gas gets washed out better with chocolate milk? Maybe strawberry milk.
Actually, people.
Strawberry milk.
Nesquik.
No.
Nesquik.
Nesquik.
Yo,
Nesquik.
okay, okay.
It's quick.
Can we talk about different? Okay.
Just-
does whole milk work better than 2%?
Well, let me break the
I heard
myth
the
of
stinging
milk
gets
to
away
you.
with
Okay,
1%,
okay.
actually. So.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, it's back up.
Take the
Okay.
floor. Take the floor.
Don't use fucking milk. Like,
Okay.
Okay.
saline solution or water bottle, and you'll want to tilt your head, do one eye at a time, and have it drop down, and then you'll do the other eye. But milk will fuck you up.
Why
Really?
did so many people use milk then?
Yeah, why is that?
I don't know. I guess it's like, so it's not actually tear gas. It's tiny little crystals. Yeah.
Oh, so it's like fiberglass almost. Where it's
Kind
just like,
of,
like,
yeah.
Oh, so it like itches. Oh.
Mhm.
So
It
the crystal
burn-
meth
yeah.
that they confiscated from all the
Or the crystal meth
From,
that
from
they.
Riverside, right?
or the-
Riverside.
Riverside, right?
Yeah.
It's
San
the
Bernardino, yeah.
it's the drugs they push into urban neighborhoods.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
The CIA, right? Right.
Yes.
Like in with the black programs, like they fucking they send it out.
Yeah.
Narcos.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
true.
Narcos.
Reagan era happened in the 80s.
Yeah,
Huh.
trickle down. You know what I'm
Oliver
saying?
North,
Yeah.
I think, is an important name.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Trickle down, baby.
Yeah, those are the only
Shit.
economics that were
So
trickling
let me
down.
ask you
The 80s.
something. If I were to say that I like, hearing certain soothing sounds, like let's just say, like I like music. I like listening to my favorite record. What would you say is comparable to that to you?
I'm not sure I understand the question.
Like
The quote you told
what-
me possibly when I
oh,
when I
you-
randomly met you the other day. Yeah.
You just want me to say that.
Yes, I do.
quote.
Yes.
All right.
Oh.
Okay. And it's not that clever because I rhyme fall with fall, but basically it's when City Hall windows fall, it sounds like waterfalls.
Mm.
It's just
That's
like
a good
Interesting.
line.
yeah.
Mm.
Damn. I'm glad.
That-
I'm
that's
glad.
So
a
or
line
so
of
I'm
people.
told.
That is
Yeah.
the line of the 2% milks.
That
yeah.
was the 2% milk
Now,
Oh.
now,
that the people can't buy at the store in their block.
Yeah,
Mm.
exactly.
now, did you see anybody out there that was trying to be more health conscious that did like almond milk, soy milk?
Yeah,
like, something
Oatly.
like that?
Will you see
Yeah.
some Oatly out there?
Is there any
Uh,
lactate? Because I actually am gassy when I have the cheese.
Yeah, well, I mean, definitely vegans, vegetarians, I suggest making your almond milk by yourself, like soak some almonds in water. It
Farm to table, that's how it works.
it helps the planet.
Yeah. Once you hear the bombs drop, that's when you want to put the almonds in the water.
Let me
because
ask
by
you
the
a-
time
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever been
by sunup they'll start swallowing.
hit by like an object going at an incredible speed?
At a party, like
At
a
a
beach
party.
ball.
At a party.
Yeah, like
Has
yeah,
anyone
like-
given you shots at parties?
Have you taken shots?
Have
at
you taken
parties?
shots at parties?
Yes,
yeah.
I've taken
these block
shots at
parties.
parties.
At these
block
block parties.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, you have. Okay.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pandas there for some reason. A lot of black and white. Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And with red and blue.
yeah.
and
honestly,
yeah.
these pandas are armed
Yeah.
sometimes, which is
Yeah.
kind of
With
weird.
bamboo.
Yeah.
With bamboo.
Yeah.
Sharp bamboo.
They got some
Yeah.
sticks too. I
Yeah,
hear their
some
sticks
sticks.
hurt.
Yeah, the sticks hurt.
Yeah.
They
Bamboo.
got a shield.
Yeah, they got bamboo nines. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's what they're called. Yeah,
Semi-assault bamboo.
Yeah, semi-assault bamboos. I mean, just tossing shit. Yeah.
All right, I'm getting like
So
flat.
so you're explaining all this. What's somebody's objective by doing all of this?
Allegedly.
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 What would somebody why would they be doing something like this?
Yeah, and like especially in the context of a party, and this is the transition I was gonna make earlier. People bring food and music and their voice so that they can have a platform for a really good party that
A party for the people.
yes, a party for the people,
The
right?
people's party.
Yeah, and it's all just about solidarity and standing with one another and being like, dude, shit sucks, and like let's change it. And that's why people take care of each other. That's why there are street medics. That's why there are people with food and water. And bail funds. All bail funds are usually made by people who donate from the community. So,
Are allegedly, where was the party that you were at?
oh my god.
The
Allegedly.
vicinity. You don't have to
Allegedly, respectfully.
Yeah.
respectfully.
Respectfully.
Around.
Was
Up
it
north.
up
Respectfully,
north? Up north.
respectfully.
Okay.
Up north.
So
Up
Korea.
north,
Okay, North Korea. Okay, got it, got it.
Would Pacific Northwest be an appropriate alleged location?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay.
Let's just say it ain't Montana. There you go.
It ain't Montana.
I love Montana.
Yeah,
more or
Canada's
less.
great actually.
You
That-
can-
that's
You
what
can
it
thread the eye of the needle. You know,
Yeah.
like
Interesting. Okay. So let
Of
me ask you.
space.
So let me ask you a question. Do you think that by what is the not only for because life sucks and everything like that, but what would you tell somebody even thinking about even doing a block party such as you described, which sounds actually
Oh.
like really a lot of fun.
Yeah. It can depend because not everything has to be like such a rager, right?
Someone's gotta pay for this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Someone's gotta pay for all the
BYOB.
all the smashed
Bring
up
your own
furniture-
blockade.
all the smashed up furniture,
Party.
at the party.
now, would you say, in your opinion, are most parties popping or are they just pretty chill?
It's like
Kickbacks?
it's like a drum circle kind of party most of the time.
Okay.
Kumbaya.
No,
Let me
straight-
ask you- let me ask
But
you-
that's good. That's good. That's
now
good.
let me ask
That's
you
good.
a question.
That's good.
Have you ever allegedly been at this block party, aka this rager sometimes, on any sort of psychedelic by any chance?
Hell no. Yo, I take too many hits of weed and I lose it. Like, you gotta be sharp.
Allegedly, you take hits a week. Yeah.
You gotta be
Allegedly,
ready
you
to
take
run
it,
into
yeah.
some fucking corners and go pet the cat.
Okay.
What?
Okay, allegedly.
That's such a euphemism. You can take that anywhere.
I mean, calm down. Calm
So,
down.
okay.
You- this is my safe space.
Trust yourself. Trust yourself. You're God.
But tear gas actually does affect the female reproductive system
Oh,
and
shit.
the biological like uterus and such.
Is it just from inhaling it, or like how does it
Your
affect
bloodstream?
it? Do you know?
I mean, the math to it is just it can mess with like periods and shit, and create like sterilization. And
Really?
Yeah.
But
and-
but does it have to be allegedly
Like a high dose.
prolonged like use of it, like
Yeah.
a daily, or is it just a one-time thing?
It will affect you pretty immediately. Yeah.
Really?
Even in like
Jesus.
it depends on it's a spectrum, right? Like how much exposure have you had? But yeah, like even your clothes. That's why it's good to shower and always shower from like the head down because you don't want it like leaving traces on your body, I guess.
Now, do
speaking-
you shower from the bottom up? That's what I want to know because I've never heard from actually bottom up.
Well, what I mean is like you clean your hair first, and then
Got it,
like
got it,
your
got it, okay.
face, and then your because sometimes hair lasts. I don't know.
Because sometimes our viewers are interdimensional and they're watching.
That's
Yeah.
Oh
true.
wow,
Sometimes
okay, that
they
makes
don't
sense.
even shower. They just walk through a glitter farm, and then that's how they be clean. I don't know.
No, it's much more complicated. Actually, the particles get removed by a particle blow, like a suction vacuum.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
The smack hole,
High
not the
tech.
black hole.
Let me
the
ask you a
smack hole.
question. Who is the street?
Imagine there's something called a smack hole. That's a portal. It's like you just get smacked the whole time, but you travel to like another dimension.
That would suck. That'd be
The
awful.
smack hole. It's
Who-
awful.
It's a sadist wormhole.
Is that what they mean when people
Smack
always
hole.
say they get probed?
we got. Ah, shit. We gotta go into another solar system. Ah, fuck. We gotta go through this smack hole. Fuck.
Fuck.
Why do
Get
we do
smacked
this?
up.
We're almost done.
This is for family, for country.
So
Oh.
so let me ask you in a very utopian
That is
world,
so
if
stupid.
you were in charge, what would be some steps that you would do to what are some things that you see that are wrong that people could change that are simple daily things that they could do?
Right.
Daily. There. Okay.
Yeah.
On the daily. Well, could I go back to a question
Yes.
I
Yeah,
never
absolutely.
finished?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So the question on like how would people go about starting this, because I think it kind of answers your other question. So it doesn't have to be a rager. Like sometimes people put up flyers because they're like, let's have art in the park, and it's like an open mic of like underrepresented voices. So put up flyers, talk to people, join a group chat, get in the underground. It's not that hard. Just like take to the streets and talk, and that question. And your second question,
Like make an event. Make an event
Yeah.
where
Yes.
something can happen in a sense of like some like, I don't know. Okay, you talk about energy and you talk about like kind of power of a moment. Like there's so many times where we've gone like little stuff like that. We've gone to a party and stuff was interesting, and you're like, what is happening? But then you're like, whoa, that was kind of wild.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it's not. Sometimes some people are like,
Yeah.
hey, pass the mic. But
Yeah.
anyways, go on. Pass the mic.
I'm passing the mic. What?
What was the question?
Clocking out. Speaking of edibles.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, we took a step onto the starship.
Yes,
Yes.
I'm
allegedly.
phoning home to myself.
Yes,
What is
yes.
No one's home.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question. So, a lot of people are. There's a very mixed group of people that are. Let's just say they're on the left or they're on the right.
People that are standing apart from each other at the party. Why can't
Exactly.
they just party together?
Exactly. They're
Yeah.
they're on opposite sides and they're watching the guy dance in the middle. Okay. What I want to know is what would you tell somebody that's on the opposite side that they don't know about you or like about how you guys feel that you think is misinterpreted?
Yeah. Everyone is like, so this is the American like control to keep stories separated and to keep people from not talking. I bet every single person out there who has an opinion, it's motivated by being able to have security, stability, access to food, shelter, Wi-Fi, healthcare, and they believe people should fight for it. But I think it often comes at the expense of another. So I also think it benefits the government and institutions when people are divided, because if they had a united voice, they would be able to make change and the power would be in their hands. So I think keep an open mind, because the people I know who care about these kinds of things are often the same people to ask how I'm doing, making sure I'm okay, making sure these needs are met, and I do the same for them. And it's not an inconvenience. It actually makes, like, many hands make work light,
That's a good point. That's a bar.
Because
That's a bar.
It's an
okay,
ET bar.
you know what my dad told me? He said that today, and I swear to God, this fucking man, he's so funny and so like, but then he drops a heavy all the time. He's like, you know what would be crazy? He's like, I heard someone say, a monk out of this lady that we did this thing of when I was a kid, so I don't remember. He's like, with this lady, he's like, you know what would happen? You know what would change the world? If everybody just got a bowl. They got a bowl, and they just filled it with whatever food they had, and they just kept it to that bowl, and that was it. And I was like, what does that mean? He's like, simple as that. If everybody just had a bowl of their own shit, and that was it, and they put a limitation around it, and they ate that, and he wasn't wrong, though, because it's talking about excess. It's talking about the fact, do we need more than what we have right here, and I can get that same thing
Because Korean
tomorrow.
barbecue is delicious and it needs to be all you can eat, baby.
I love hot delicious.
Now, damn it, now.
I need the brisket. Give me the brisket. Give me the belly.
Give me the spicy pork belly. God damn it.
Give me what the Hasids can't have.
I just want to say that.
Wait, I also want to say,
Go ahead.
shout out to 303. I'm a vegetarian, and I am fucking scared of him.
Damn.
What is
Damn.
what's 303?
Oh, it's a band.
Oh, the 30H3.
Yeah, with the
Yeah,
exclamation
yeah,
point.
yeah. Okay. We're
Aw.
Wait, they're
Cool, sorry, I'm
wait, they're
not cool.
vegetarian?
It's a song lyric. I don't know. I didn't fact
Oh.
check it.
We're not fucking cool.
So half
so,
the bands you listen to are.
Yeah, some of them. Yeah, some of them. I don't know.
probably
I'm more of
go
like a
harder.
Fallout guy. Fallout Boy.
I got Paramore.
Oh, I liked the Killers.
The Killers.
Yeah.
Nice.
Let me ask you a hypothetical question. I saw this question the other day, and you guys can probably answer it.
He does
So, an alien comes down.
Oh yeah,
Let's just say her cousin comes through allegedly.
lands on her ship.
Her cousin comes through and says, "Hey, I'm gonna take you on a journey across the universe for a week.
Okay.
We're gonna hit different galaxies. I'm gonna make you see everything. You can see
We're
everything.
gonna take you to Blip Blop. I'm gonna take you to
Yeah.
Speak
I'm gonna
Spot.
take you blah blah blah. See blah. I'm
gonna take you to-
I'm gonna take you to Andromeda. I'm gonna
I'm gonna take you
know,
to-
you know,
Yeah.
Yeah, she knows. She knows.
Yeah. And also, you know.
I mean, you're
Yeah.
butchering it, and
Yeah.
you've said some things about my mother that I feel
Yeah.
like,
Oh, I'm sorry.
you know,
It's
but I'll give you the
Frank,
benefit of
Frank,
the doubt.
Frank, we're allegedly.
Yeah,
We're-
allegedly.
Lawyer speak. Allegedly.
Have you guys ever been?
You got,
You've never been.
you got some deep phlegm in there. It's thick.
For those of you
that twisted tea.
for those of you not watching, Robert just put the microphone up to his throat and gargled.
That's good content.
Remember, like the mummy.
That sounded like a dolphin.
I was in a clubhouse room with the guy from the Mummy that did the scary thing. That's insane. Anyways,
Yeah, he's my favorite character.
Hey, nobody asked that. Okay.
back to what you said. Back to what you
Okay,
said.
real quick. It's okay. So hypothetically, so it's a good question for all the listeners and viewers, all 10 of them. If a alien came down and told you, "Hey, whatever you're doing, stop. If you want, I can take you across the universe, make you see almost every galaxy. It'll be 7 days, Earth, but by the time you get back, 15 years will have passed.
Oh, shit.
Will you go?"
Yeah.
Frankie,
Give me a nice little kid. You know-
La 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 la.
Yeah,
La, la,
yeah,
la.
yeah, yeah. That was
Normalize
great.
kissing your
I
bros.
think the mic picked up on that. I
Yeah.
put it to your
Yeah,
lips.
thank
Normalize
you.
kissing
I
your
put it
bros,
to your
dude.
lips.
Very nice.
That deserved the kid.
Yeah,
That
I
deserved
deserved
the
the
kid.
I liked being a voyeur in that situation. It was nice. It was
come
nice
around.
to watch. It
It'll
was
come
Could've been a
around.
passenger.
It'll come around. It'll come
Could've
around.
been a
Honestly, I
passenger.
don't even remember what you said.
Okay, so an alien. Okay, if an alien comes down and says, "Hey, I want to take you across the universe," the only
Right.
stipulation, I'm going to take you across the universe for 7 days. The only stipulation is that when you come back, so much time has passed because of the universe and everything that it's actually 15 years have passed. Would
Do
you
still
do it?
wanna come?
Absolutely, because again, many tactics, and if I could come back with that knowledge, I feel like it'd make a real impact for the people. You know.
Do you, okay, here's the next question. Do you think aliens, your origin, do you think aliens are looking positively down on us as a planet? I'm like, you know what, dude? Fuck, they're doing this stupid shit right now. Have you seen these people? You know, but I think in a matter of like 2 generations or 3 generations or this generation, they're gonna kind of come around. What do you think? Are you a hopeful alien or like, yeah, but we got the work to do?
Real quick. Would you go? Sorry, just.
I would.
You
I
would go?
Yeah.
Would you
No,
go?
I'd come back. 15 years, I'd come back.
Girth, would you go?
Yeah, Girth. Girth back to Earth.
Honestly, I'm just
Paging
kind of
Dr. Girth.
fuck. I don't know if it's gonna get worse from Addison Rae being on Jimmy Fallon.
She needs
wh-
another
what,
platform.
What's gonna happen in 15 years from that?
I hope
I'm
she's
just-
a politician. Genuinely, I hope she's a politician.
I'm just
I hope
worried.
she replaces
I worry.
Kamala.
I'm worried that like I need to stay now because if I go too far, I'm just like it's
You're gonna
the
disappoint.
amount of mediocrity will literally blow my mind if I come back too quickly. I have to ease into it. you know?
True, a culture shock for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. It might blow my mind a little bit.
Yeah.
I might be no. I might-
Addison
I might-
Rae
I might
for
chill.
Senate.
Huh.
For
Interesting answer.
Planet
You
Senate.
know?
Vice
Yeah.
Pres.
What if Addison
I have
Rae
to- I
is
have
like
to
a
be
chairman
eased
of
into
Mars?
Oh my god. She's doing TikTok dances for the aliens.
She has a product called
Renegade.
Addison. She has no.
made a
Renegade.
a new party called the Renegades.
She has technology she owns from Musk called Addison Rae's, and it controls the solar system. At
Oh my
the fucking
God,
Mars.
that'd be
I don't
awful.
even think I know this person you're talking
She's on
about.
TikTok.
No,
Good, honestly, good.
Addison
Okay.
Rae, TikTok star.
No, I don't have TikTok.
Good.
Yeah,
That's
track your
that's
phone.
another big brother looking at you.
Yeah.
That's straight. No, Addison Rae is the forefront of an app that is going to be the deterioration, I think, of mental health of the next generation because the idea of what life is supposed to be, and it's pretty warped.
It's like Vine, but on heroin.
on
How do they
heroin.
view life to be?
Through a little screen.
One big
Yeah.
fan.
A Lamborghini and Corvette.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
fuck with bad vibes, but
And a hot
I'm
guy with
a
abs.
bad person.
Yeah.
That's what I
Abs.
prefer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
An
Yeah.
algorithm determining what content you view. That's
Yeah.
not your own volition.
Yeah.
I think the farther we stray from our own decision, because we're giving into like the whole like convenience. The convenience of technology, we turn off a part of our brain because we're not making decisions for ourselves. It's the whole thing with like Netflix. It's like there's too many options.
Yeah, definitely.
And instead of us just choosing something, we want a machine to choose for us.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. You know, I think that's the big thing to like knowing anything else that's going on in any other part of the world or even any other part of the country is, you know, controlling what you take in. You know, what you are, what you eat, and that includes the mind. Like,
True, man.
don't feed
That's
it garbage. You know. Also, always question your sources. Like, come on.
McDoubles are delicious though, so I can't, you know,
What?
hate on that. Okay.
What's
All right,
what's delicious?
McDoubles. Okay.
Oh,
All right.
McDoubles. Oh, I thought you said my bubbles.
You're the
I was
problem.
Like,
Yeah,
you.
my bubbles in the bathtub.
I make little stink bubbles.
Yeah, little
Okay,
stink
whatever.
bubbles, Let me see another question that I had for you. Another question that I
You
had for
just
you.
had all these questions.
I do, yeah, I do.
No, he's like a little house interviewer. He's
Yeah.
kind of
So
You know, I think I'm gonna crack this next
Oh, yeah.
beer.
You're gonna crack it, dude.
yeah, crack a cold one.
Crack a lagging.
Yeah, crack
So-
one.
Fuck, I had to
Free
go-
sound effects. All right, everyone be silent. So if they want to pirate this,
Oh, that's crisp.
Wow.
That's very crisp. Want to Michelin.
So let me see. So these street medics, are they actual medics or are they just
People that picked up the
somebody?
the trade in the hurry
Yeah,
of the
picked up
moment.
trade in their hurry.
I mean, it's a spectrum. You know, some people are in a hurry, but there's actually programs where you can get licensed to perform like basic street medic things while you wait for an ambulance, like a Good Samaritan type stuff.
I have a question. When you at the party, when the mosh pit started, and you got your blows from being in the mosh pit, how would you describe? Please indicate us the intensity of the blow in the mosh pit, and how often that was coming at you. How long and how much? How when the mosh pit started, how long would it go for? And would it ever kind of like start and end, or would it kind of just, oh my god, it's 5 hours of mosh pitting?
I mean, it depends where you're at. Like, if you look to folks in Seattle who made Chop, you know, where they literally occupied. Did y'all hear about this? Yeah, like,
Go for it.
well, it was a big thing. They like literally pushed the police out of the East Precinct, and they were gone for like a couple weeks. People occupied and blocked off the neighborhood, and they had like places where people could put up tents. They were starting community gardens. They were starting barter trade, and they had a bunch of like stages where people performed music. And the cops were gone for weeks, and it was an autonomous zone.
So it was like did you ever see The Wire? It's like Amsterdam. Like they
haven't seen The
all
Wire.
they like just like all drugs be legal in like a certain like square section, and the cops just like stayed away.
Yeah, but
And it
I
was like a
think,
social experiment.
yeah, but I think people are envisioning like a good society, like a good society where
Yeah,
like
yeah.
your rights are met. Like, I think it's called like, you know, the hierarchy of needs. Everyone gets
Maslow,
that.
yeah.
I promise you can still live in luxury then too. But you
So
know,
let me ask you something. So in a perfect world, would you say that Chaz or Che, or I'm not gonna say the name. I already said the name. We'll just leave it
Chef
out.
Az.
Chef Az. Would you say that
Andrew Zimmer.
Would you say that
Chef Andrew Zimmer.
Chef Andrew Zimmer? Yeah,
Yeah,
Andrew
yeah,
Zimmer.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Chef
right.
Andrew.
I
I knew it was something. You know what I mean?
Weird Eats with
Yeah,
Andrew Zimmer.
yeah. Bizarre
Oh.
foods. Bizarre foods.
oh,
Bizarre foods.
okay,
Yeah.
that sounds familiar.
So would you say that that is something that America should strive towards?
Oh, I haven't seen that, so I don't know.
No, not the show. The
Oh.
actual the city.
No. That guy goes to Africa and eats millipedes.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what the city looks like.
But I mean, like that type of kind of like utopia. Would you say that that is something that America should strive towards? That like little sectioned off thing where they had their own community garden, where there was no cops, where there was
Oh, I see.
An autonomous. You said autonomous zone.
Yeah.
autonomous zone. Do you
Do you think autonomous
think
zones
that
are
that would
something
be?
should like be?
I would suggest people look into participatory economics, because it kind
What
of
is that? What is participatory? economics?
I'll give you a short brief thing.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
basically, it has the autonomous feel of individual communities running on a total democracy with the mix of the fact that they're interconnected, and they have to be, because some problems are global, and some things like climate change, you have to talk to people on the other half of the world. So you can't be completely isolated from society. Even a small town with 50,000 people, to have them all come together to vote, it is difficult. So what participatory economics does is just like, basically you control everything. You know, your work, you go to work, you're in a co-op, you get to say what you do, and then there's a bunch of tiny other parts. So I'll stop there.
Okay.
No,
I have a question.
Okay.
Okay. What would you say to someone that would be arguing against that point and saying, hey, we kind of already have that. Look at small rural towns. It's like people that are on the fire department, they're part of the police force, and they're also the farmers in the town. Where it's like
too much power.
yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like where there's a level of like, oh, what you're kind of saying may not be exactly how you're saying, but it does exist in some form in certain parts.
Right.
Or would you say, like, what would you say to someone like, oh, autonomous zones, you can't have them be too big. They work when they're smaller, but you can't have it be like full.
It can't inflate because power comes into it, then it comes into money.
Yeah,
Right.
Where
like
does the money go?
would you argue that it would be better to have just like smaller sections of autonomous zones in an overarching society?
It still
or?
feels a little centralized. I
Okay.
think the way it works is like, because another component is representatives still sort of exist, but basically they meet with a group of people from the community and they argue the points of the community. They're videotaped, they come back with decision making, and they can easily be removed from the position, you know, and then it just connects. So
But the power that they have, though, to affect the community, that's like kind of the thing that's lacking, though, right? Like they can want, like, if they're the voice of the community and they're like, okay, this is who we're pushing for to speak for us and to get us what we need and be the voice of us. Do they even have enough power in the bigger other chain of that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
that's
it lays
what it
it.
comes to, right?
Yeah, so participatory economics is great. I would add a couple like edits to it, but I think it does go into detail, kind of answers that more, because it's ultimately kind of what like this whole check and balance system is supposed to be. But so I'll also briefly say, like, governments are a tool in global capitalism. So the government is funded by world banks, and they get to decide how like the countries move and operate. Yes, we do already have certain things like, you know, rural communities or whatever, or local voting. But a fact I heard today from Democracy Now! With Amy Goodman is the top 1% are the contributors to over 1/3 of the U.S. tax unpaid. So basically, they don't pay 1/3 of the U.S. tax, and it's like the reason that things aren't operating effectively is because the wealth is being hoarded. But this you should already fucking know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, we know that,
the
but, like,
middle and lower class hold up society.
Yeah.
Basically.
Straight
Of
up.
course. Right. Oh, shoot. There was something else to that. Oh, right. Here's a fun fact. If all the wealth in the U.S. was divided among, like, each family or household, each person would have $750,000. I bet you could do a lot with that, you know?
That's true.
But you could do a
But-
lot
but-
with
but-
that. Throw a fat ass party
But
for the
question.
people.
Now, with
For the
wealth
people.
redistribution, wouldn't the problem also be like
Right.
if you distribute too much wealth, the value of things go down and then inflation would happen?
So that system is based off of social cost and social benefit. So everything that gets done, the actual price of it, what it takes to run and operate, takes into fact how is this affecting the community and the environment. So I don't think. I guess reiterate your question.
You know what? Let's move on. Because
Okay.
I actually have another point that I wanted
Okay.
to get to. Okay, so and I feel like people on the other side of the party,
Right.
and at the other party,
Right.
actually might agree with people in the parties that you're at on this point. in
Right, because it's
particular.
all a party.
Yes, because it's all a party.
You just drink
Just different rooms in the house.
Allegedly.
Different rooms in the house.
Hey, we all
Allegedly.
drink the same punch.
Allegedly.
But I think what's happening with the pandemic and like the fallout, we're gonna start seeing the economic fallout of the pandemic very soon.
That's coming.
It's coming,
That
and it's gonna come in a
that is
wave.
the thing that's gonna be the
Ready.
And I was talking to one of my coworkers the other day about universal basic income (UBI).
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Oh,
and
that's problematic.
okay, so and I wanted to get into this because I feel like it could be some sort of compromise between both sides of the party, whether or not an agreement will ever come. I don't
How
know.
How much
Right.
and how frequently and yeah.
Does the system that you're referring to in terms of like autonomous zones or like more community economics, would that fit into
They're
that
called
narrative?
councils and federations. And yes, it would, because so UBI, not specifically. That's a problem because it doesn't take into account people's like abilities and needs, and wants, your commodities, your luxuries. So this system is based off of each according to their ability and their need. So for instance, say you're a single mother of 5 children and you have a physical disability and you can't work as much. It takes into account, so first of all, your needs are already met. And each child is received like, the stimulus check paid each person like $1,400 for each child they had. It's like that, but on a regular basis. And and then you basically, each person is provided like what they need, what they want, and if they choose to want a bigger house, want more power, more cars, like whatever, then you have to actually contribute in whatever way that you decide in your worker council. Like you propose a job you want to do, and if you fit the skills and it doesn't cost the community more than it would benefit, you're free reign to do that.
If you're a good employee for something that can get done, because there's always a job to get done.
Oh, and
then it
here's
just kinda,
another
like, fits
thing.
in. I get that.
Recalibrating what job specialization
who
the
is and
fuck-
what job meaning is.
Yeah,
Because
and
what's
if
even
you're
a job anymore, other than just the fact that I do this task in this frequency under this division of a name of a company to get a paycheck.
right, and if you're
'Cause fuck Disney.
specializing, fuck Disney, but
Yeah.
if you're specializing in a skill, say you want to get into welding, like that benefits the community. You get a stipend for going to school, and your school is free. Another thing is, you don't have to have a fucking job to still have your basic needs met, because you need to eat and you need a shelter. Like that's. I think people are afraid because they think that they're going to have to work harder for that, because the system is set up sort of on a welfare where your taxes go to people and they think you're mooching off the system. But really, there are
The system
problems.
has so fucking much, though. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
and so either someone is in a position where they can't do this, literally, physically, mentally, like situationally, financially, or they don't want to because they're tired of working for the fucking man. Like, okay, that was good.
No, that's great. That's fucking
great.
That was
I'll
great.
end on that.
Fantastic.
Mic drop, but not really.
So, okay. In the next so on that point then, in the next couple years, where do you see where your respective party is going, and where do you see the other respective party going in terms of like just in economics? Like, where do you think there can be some middle ground that we can reach, or do you think it's just going to continue to drift before it gets better?
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I'll let an expert speak on this. So William Robinson, and I'm paraphrasing from his Global Capitalism and the Crisis of Humanity, states that the Pentagon has been doing long extended financial speculation of what companies can do and how they can profit. And they profit off of your debt, not what you produce for them. Because you can actually buy what they're producing. So all that shit's just getting wasted and thrown in the trash,
Just more debt.
Uh-huh.
Or do-
Yeah, and so
Makes two debts.
he says that the Pentagon, I think in 2014, released a document that predicted a 50 to 80 year long war, because capitalism has had to go offshore to promote their business at low costs
Panama
and make
Papers.
a profit. Yeah, and so
Panama Papers.
in order to
fuckers.
do that, they've had to go to corners of the world that are now fighting back, like Venezuela, like Bolivia, like Argentina.
Venezuela's popping, dude. All that shit's been popping up.
Yes.
And it's been popping up for a while, but recently there's just been
And-
more focus
Right.
on it too.
And we were the only major country that was buying oil from Venezuela because
Mm.
we have their oil is so crude that we like put them in an economic position that like
We forced them.
yeah we're
We
like
assimilated them, like
Yeah.
because you don't even have to conquer. You don't have to conquer.
it's just the dollar.
country.
It's just the dollar.
Strip-
And the
the
people
dollar.
who are pulling these strings, not the CEOs of companies who also suck, but they, I got carried away. They're not affiliated to any country. Like they don't care about the U.S. They don't care about the only reason they care, whether it's China, Russia, blah blah blah, is because of how they can manipulate the politicians, and sometimes they're both, like they're politicians and transnational capitalists.
the globalists.
But-
But literally like transnationalism.
But I brought this all up, and I'll just finish real quick because you can only go so far. Like what corner of the world will be left? You know, people talk about space. That's a whole other conversation. But people are fighting back and they're resisting. And so the Pentagon predicts a 50 to 80 year long war, you know, where ultimately the people have to do something for their rights. You know, there's Bolivian water wars that happened, like I think in the early 2000s, where people had no other choice to riot because there was like locks on their wells. They'd build another well and these companies would come out and lock them up, you know? So I guess to add a funny note, I always think like, okay, government, you do that. You see what happens. You keep pushing us, you know?
Well, and to that point too, I can't remember where. I'm not as good at citing my sources as you are, but
He's a college student.
I'm a college student. I still can't fucking cite my source. I'm Alex Jones.
I'm on hiatus right now.
E.T. Jones.
E.T. Jones.
I got the
Jones.
books and I left.
Yeah. You gotta game the system.
I got the books, then I left. Shit, no evidence, no theft.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, I'm running down the
Now you know
street.
the cops not be calling me because I keep my stuff on caller ID.
Hell yeah. So, but I was listening to a lecture of someone that was. I can't remember if he was a former CIA person or who fucking knows at this point. It's there's so much disinformation out there, but he was talking about like wars of the future, and most of them will be fought, most likely proxy wars in Africa, over natural resources, over uranium, over oil, over water, over natural
Real
gas.
quick,
You know, it's just, like,
proxy war definitively could mean something like a third party fighting for the bigger party.
Yes, that's exactly.
paying them.
Like
It's not even their war,
It would
but
be
they're paying
the CIA funding a certain militia in sub-Saharan Africa, and
That's
then
wild.
Russia funding another militia in sub-Saharan Africa, and they're
That's a
fighting
proxy
over
war. Yeah.
for some,
Yeah.
but through the third party of some or for some company
Right.
or whatever, to economically like have the rights to certain lands and shit like that.
So what I'd say the future is unwritten. You know, and I believe that we don't need civil wars. We need like revolutions. We can unite. And I think the time for like picking up guns can be metaphorical. Like what is your gun? You know, what will you yield? And so I think also to finish, I guess, the original question you asked, like Robinson in the book I quoted, you know, talks about, and he's open to other solutions, but he highlights three main ones, and it's fascism, leftivism, or reform. And reform feels like highly unlikely because whether you believe the system is broke or it was running exactly how it's operated to, you're just putting duct tape on shit, and it's like you can't keep doing that. Like it just won't work. You have to
we were just
repair it.
talking about
And
this.
you know what's funny? I think right now, with everybody kind of watching what's happening online and everything, doesn't matter what your stance on it is. I feel like everybody can agree with that point that whatever's being done is just duct tape.
It's
We're not
just
Yeah.
duct tape.
fixing
Yeah.
anything.
No.
We have so much more in common than like where our TVs and our presidents tell us that we do, you know.
And more problems in society tend to seem to be more like class issues than anything, but they don't want to talk about that. They don't want
And
to like let that be
through
the conversation.
The TVs are curbing your thoughts in a way to kind of like distract you from what's really happening. Like media is controlling your brain. You're on your phone.
It's the
you're-
cattle prod that's like pushing you
Literally.
into the fucking
Literally.
enclosure.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no, go this way.
Yeah.
Don't yield
Oh,
off
oh.
somewhere else.
Watch out. That cow's screaming. You know
Hmm.
what I mean?
That cow doesn't want to be a patty, you know.
No, and that cow's cute as fuck, and it's
I-
screaming.
I think there's so the Anarchist Cookbook has a wonderful picture of a banner drop, and it says, you traded your liberation for security and ended up with neither.
That's 9/11. That's literally like the Homeland Security. That's like the Patriot Act. That's like all
Yeah.
that kind of shit. You
Yeah.
know, like because there's still shit happening. There's fucking mass shootings all the time. There's
Yep.
all this other
Yep.
shit that's happening. It's like,
Yep.
oh, what did having the government even more invasive really do?
Nothing. And
The,
here's
the Boston bombing still happened.
Mhm.
Like
The
fucking
Colorado shooting
the
that was
Colorado-
last week.
the
Yeah.
Colorado, the fucking San Bernardino
It's
The
shooting.
Atlanta, Georgia shooting where Asian women were targeted.
Yeah, the
It's
San
satirical.
Bernardino.
It's literally like
too.
it's almost like and you know, this is the country we live in, and we feel the thumb of the government, but also thrive off of the benefits of being here.
We're
as
very
well.
fortunate. We're very
We're
fortunate.
very fortunate
We're
to
very
have this
privileged
platform
people.
to sit
Yes.
right here on this undisclosed location with an alien.
Right.
But that being said, there's satirical ass shit, and like, the only ways to say it's satirical because it's like, how did we let this happen? How did we get here? And there's no solution. There's no like
At least
organized.
there's not a clear-cut solution.
There's no clear-cut
It's very
solution.
black and white.
There's
or
books
very
on
gray.
it. There's tons and tons
There's
of
ton-
books.
but the people that are the ones making those decisions.
or like the practical,
Right.
like what's gonna end up actually happening is so hard to like.
Well, that's
determine.
why if you have a privilege, use it.
Mhm.
And I think that's why
Damn.
it's like I don't think it's
That's
gonna be
fucking bar.
Bar.
okay.
You
I
have
didn't-
a
Bye,
privilege.
bitch.
Use
Use it, bitch.
Use
Oh
it,
yes.
bitch.
Real
We'll
quick.
close this out. We're gonna
yes,
close
we'll
this out.
We'll close this out.
This
Are
is
we
too good.
okay?
Yeah.
We'll
So
just close it out. We'll in like a matter of 10 minutes.
yes. So, do we want to go into that bit? In the
Yes.
segment?
No.
Okay,
Absolutely.
Okay.
So I already told you about the segment. We have a segment called
Bye, bitch.
Bye, bitch.
And
Right.
it's just a venting segment. We're venting already. This probably was a whole 50-minute bye bitch to the government and also just natural existence. But we're just gonna go left to right and just target a person and just fucking yeet them out of your field.
Well, maybe this would be a perfect time to, you know, we can. I'm gonna take a piss real quick. So, you know, you could like just
Stay
clip
tuned.
it.
Stay
yeah,
tuned.
stay
Yeah,
tuned.
yeah,
All
stay
right.
tuned.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
ET's got a phone home real quick.
That's not how we communicate. All right. Okay.
You go. We'll do the bye bitch segment.
Don't worry.
So
Bye.
Bye, bitch. So I started a new job.
Okay.
I'm a working person again.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
part
he
of
has
the
a job.
capitalist system. I have a job now.
You're welcome.
I have a job. Hey, not like I got the job for you at Blaze. That's cool. He forgets
What
that.
goes around comes around.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's just
Real, not that shit.
So I started work, and it's kind of weird because I haven't really worked in a year, and I haven't worked in a food environment in like 2 or 3 years. So it was kind of weird getting back in the swing of things. I work at a brewery now, and it was interesting having drunk customers come up,
Because he's not used to that. He's not used to like a place.
like fully fledged drunk customers, because we've
a lot of drunk people.
yeah, just like a lot. And when it gets
A
late
lot.
at night and people are hungry, they get a little testy. And the thing is, but people use that too to also take advantage of certain niceties that restaurants have, which is like, oh, if you complain in a certain way, even if the restaurant knows you didn't order something, they're just gonna give something to you for free just to get you to shut up because they just don't want it.
Yeah, like no,
And
okay, we're sorry.
there
We're
was-
sorry. Here's a free
There was
thing.
there
Shut
was
up.
a dude that came with two. It was a guy and his friend, and they brought 2 girls. I'm assuming it was like a first date situation. They're just trying to have fun.
Okay.
And the guy didn't order extra wings, and he kept claiming he did. Like, yeah, where the fuck's my wings? What the fuck? Like all this other stuff.
shit before.
Dude, what the fuck's
Where the
my
fuck
wings?
are my mozzarella sticks, man? I fucking ordered them 20 minutes ago.
Fuck
But
my
it's- but it's
goddamn
just like-
wings.
People get hangry, you
Yeah,
know.
but it was just like, dude, it's 10:30. We literally have your order like on the receipt right here. You did not order it, and like I fucking took your order. You did not order wings. Trust me, I was sober the entire time. And he's fucking yelling at me, and he's yelling at my manager, and we're like, you know what? It's fine, man. We'll just give it to you. And like, but here's the funny part. This is the best part. His girlfriend at the end of the night came up to us like, "Hey, I'm so sorry. I really want to apologize for his behavior. Like, I don't like." And she gave us a $50 tip.
Oh.
So into that I say, "Bye, baby."
Okay, in the same vein, I work in a place where I have to kind of be like, and I hate to say mask police, but I am the guy that's like, make sure you got a mask on, cause dude, there's kids, motherfucker. Anyways, don't kill the children. All right, but there was a lady that came in, and this actually wasn't on my shift. A young 15-year-old kid was telling me this today. All right, shout out to Sebastian, he's a killer out there. All right, Sebas. He told me that a lady came in, and he's like, dude, this lady had to have been from Beverly Hills. She had like click-clock heels,
quick.
lips faker than the paychecks
Stilettos.
here.
Oh,
and,
you thought about that one.
Yeah. It's fine. But anyways, she was freaking out about the mask because we have to say you have to have a mask if you're gonna come on the property. It's our property. We own this. We set this up. We own this plot of land, and you're doing an event with people going on. So we have the power to be like, put a mask on. And so she's freaking out, and she started calling this kid, a 15-year-old kid, "You're a sheep. You're a sheep. You have no idea what it's like to be told that I have to put a muzzle on. I will not do this. I want to speak to a manager." And
Wow.
And he's like, and this kid, he's like, I literally think she was freaking out just because her lips would get fucked up if she had the mask on because she had those fucking.
Oh my god.
She had the
She had the sea
time.
cucumbers.
She had the bad time. So to that I say, bad bitch.
Oh damn.
We can come back around. We
You
can come
can
back
wait
around.
around if you can't think of one right
No,
now.
I know exactly, but it's such a different thread.
Hit it.
No, it's
No,
okay.
hit
No,
it.
hit
Hit
it.
it.
It's deep. It's dark and deep.
Go.
All
hit
right,
it,
all
hit it.
right.
That's what wants it.
That's
If
what
you want
funny
it.
Beta
uncles
Boys
all
are
about.
all about. Dark and deep.
All right. Okay. Derek Chauvin. I'm coming after you. No, I'm kidding. That's nope. I'm not actually doing
Allegedly,
that.
allegedly,
Okay,
allegedly.
Not even that. Okay, but anyways, after you in this segment,
There's somebody there. Hold on, there's somebody there.
We rolling in the deep. Bye, bitch.
How's it going?
Oh, yo, what's up? Yo, we just filming a podcast. I can't see you. Oh, chill. Okay, cool.
Oh.
We'll
Okay.
finish up.
We closing out.
Got you.
Okay,
Okay.
cool. No, cool.
Yes.
Oh, I got
You're
We
you.
were
cool.
like,
You're
are you the
cool.
cops?
You'd have to tell us if you were.
Have you come to silence us?
Yeah.
Oh, chilling. Okay.
Real quick. Okay, we appreciate you.
Sweet.
We just need 5, maybe 8 minutes of dead space. We
Oh.
love you.
Appreciate
We
you.
love you. Appreciate
Oh,
you, man.
yeah. You gotta
He's
be.
like, yeah,
you gotta
you
be
gotta
quiet
be-
now.
you gotta
Hold
be
on, you're an
there.
audience
2
member
seconds,
now.
yeah.
We're gonna
Appreciate
quiet
you.
you.
We appreciate you.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Hit it.
Or just talk silently. You know. I don't know. Don't be rude.
I know. I'm sorry. This is your
All
land.
right.
This is your land too. That's true. This is your land. This is man
Want some
land.
Kumbayas. Okay. Anyways, so fuck.
The dead body was found over there. So.
Yeah.
There was a
Oh,
dead
we
body
never
found.
got to our backstories. That's okay.
Nah,
of
it's
this
okay.
place.
Round 2.
Yeah, round 2.
We'll have another episode.
uh,
We can't get to our backstories though. anyways.
so Derek Chauvin is the police officer who killed George Floyd, and his trial has begun this week. Started on
right.
Monday.
Oh shit, that's right.
That's right.
No way.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty quick for a trial.
That's pretty wild.
It's
Like-
still in progress.
That's pretty quick.
Yeah, for a year. Damn, dude. But it's so much more complicated than that because there were several other police officers who just stood by and let it happen, you know? And it's really twisted. His defense is that George Floyd's health and drug use was the contributor to his death because he had a higher risk for death, and that Derek was just doing his duties as how he's trained through the police academy. And so he had his neck on this guy's, he has his knee on this guy's neck for over 9 minutes. And he's saying that because George Floyd had, basically, yeah. So he's just playing an awful scheme. But I will say, I heard his wife, Kelly, is divorcing him. I think that their divorce is final, actually.
That was
So,
quick.
Yeah. So, bye, bitch.
Bye, bitch.
All right.
That was good. That was good.
good. That was good.
It was good.
E.T. Jones coming in clutch right there.
But
Fifth
ready
year.
to be ready to party depending on the trial.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Oh,
that's right.
shit.
Oh,
Ran in
oh,
the streets.
shit.
Yeah.
Um,
Final one. Honestly,
Allegedly.
allegedly. I went to
Hey.
I went to Wingstop, and this lady went on Monday, and Monday and Tuesday is 60-cent wings, and
to the wings.
she only had $8.
Daily life troubles.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
so
yeah,
hard.
yeah. Don't get me started. Yeah,
George Floyd, 60
Yeah.
cent wings.
yeah, yeah.
Let's
So
go.
she was complaining that they were
Rest in
too
power.
expensive because
Rest
she
in
ordered
power.
15 wings, and 15 wings comes out to about $9 and like something cents. So the guy goes, "That's $9.10." She goes, "Oh, I only have 8," and she goes, "Okay, you can order the 10-piece, which is $6. It's got 60 cents, 6 times 10, minimum 10, whatever." And she goes, "No, I'm just gonna go to Buffalo Wild Wings. They have better service. And I literally looked at the guy and I was like, wild, huh? So I just want to shout out to that stupid bitch. Boom! You wasted my time and everybody else's, okay?
Wait. So she was mad about the pricing of what it was?
She was mad that she was like, wait, it said 60 cents. And he's like, yeah, but it's minimum 10. And she's like, oh, you guys are worse than Wingstop or the fucking Buffalo Wild Wings.
Damn, she's on a wing hunt though.
Yeah, she's on a wing hunt.
Buffalo Wild Wings takes 5 orders to get me a Coke. So like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's that extra DoorDash.
Damn. Well, E.T.
Yes.
I'm sorry, but we do have to phone home.
Yes.
We
This was-
definitely gotta have you on another episode.
Yeah.
We gotta come out to you.
I'll say this much: you changed the
Yeah.
tone of what this thing has
Yeah.
been,
Hell
and
yeah.
it kind of made it more what the future holds. Maybe just kind of like I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's interesting.
because
We went to some different dimensions.
we can do both.
Yeah.
We
we're
can do both.
interdimensional. We're not one-dimensional. We're interdimensional.
It's
and
a
she can-
platform,
And honestly,
dude.
you're going to be E.T. Jones from now on. You're going to be
E.T. Jones.
E.T.
Jones.
Jones. And we're going to be phoning home just to get your views on maybe like, current
Tune it
events
in.
and everything.
Yeah.
What's
current
your-
events and everything like that.
You're gonna be a party doctor.
Yeah, yeah,
Alright?
yeah.
You're gonna be like, hey, what's the party at? Where? Maybe not where is it, but where
vi-
can
the
we
vibe
find
doctor.
the
The
party?
vibe-
The
Yeah.
vibe doctor
Yeah,
for the
vi-
party.
Yeah, the vibe doctor. And
Updates.
just bring the milk, okay?
Just bring the
Bring the
fucking.
milk.
Yeah, bring the lactate.
Mm.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to talk to you after the show about that.
I'm already gassy as it is, so just please stop. But yeah, anything else, guys?
Hey, at the end of the day, systematic power, imbalances of people's rights, people not having access to just general things they have. It all starts from the inner to the outer, and our motto always is on the show:
Know your worth.
Ah.
know your girth.
Yeah.
Okay, but wait.
Wait.
Hit
what?
it.
So this is a fucking hate symbol.
No. This.
That's the girth. Okay.
Yeah.
We know
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, we know that. No.
Stands for
That's
white,
not
white power.
okay.
But you know what?
Yes.
Also in sign language, you know what it means?
Girth.
Asshole.
Does it really?
Shit comes out
It
of
is
both.
stinky. It is
That
stinky.
comes out of both.
All right, guys, we're the
Um,
Beta Boys with the fucking space specimens.
Some good laughs.
E.T. Jones.
E.T. Jones.
E.T.
Yeah.
Jones.
All right, thank you so much for coming on
Yeah,
the show.
Yeah,
thank you for having
Thank
me.
Getting your shit out.
Lots of
You,
good
you,
laughs.
want,
do you
you
want
are
anybody-
our first non-comic guest. on the
Yeah.
Yes.
show.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty
Do you want-
fucking funny though.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
some
yeah,
good
very
shit.
funny.
It's
Do you
good
want
shit.
anybody-
Find me out back.
See me in the sky. Yeah. Real quick, do you want
Sure.
anybody to find you anywhere, or just
I don't think
I'm just a mirage?
Don't worry, I'll find you.
Oh, okay, yeah, she'll find us. Okay, E.T. Jones. There you
Okay,
go.
is there anything you'd like to plug though? Like any
a
pamphlets,
program, community
like
thing.
to go attend the party or
Check this out.
Yeah, actually, check out itsgoingdown.org. That's ITSDOWN. Wait, no, I spelled it wrong. But it's itsgoingdown.org, no apostrophe. You'll figure it out. But it's great. If you want to hear word on the street, it's all anonymous and it's submitted from people who are on the front lines. So
That sounds badass. It was just the fact it's
Going
going
down.
down.
Like, what should we
going
name this shit?
it's
It's going down.
it's going down.
It's
I'm
going
yelling
down.
timber.
Are you fucking ready?
Are you fucking ready?
Are you fucking ready? Cause let's go. All right, guys. That's
Okay.
the show.
Speaking of
where-
going,
Where can they find you?
They can find me at LubyBoob on Instagram. Also check out my band Shaw Nova, Shaw_Nova_. We got a new EP coming out very soon. We got a live stream show April 24th on Pinup Productions Facebook channel and their Twitch stream. It's a
Pinup.
free show.
Hmm.
Come watch us play some
Sponsored by
new
Liquid
shit.
Death.
Yeah, sponsored by Liquid Death, dude. It's pretty sick.
that's sick.
Yeah.
That's sick. Congrats.
I'm Robert. You can find me on Slamador. All right, I can't talk about it too much, but there is an animated series coming. All right.
Dude, it's gonna be
Ooh.
sick. It's gonna be
We're
sick.
talking about change. We're talking about a lot of these ideas. We're talking about interdimensions. It includes all of these things. I wish I could talk more about it. I would plug the fuck out of it because we're doing an Indiegogo very soon, and we're gonna have some shit to drop. Kind of insane. So excited to show you guys.
Fuck
You're
yeah.
gonna love it. You're gonna love it, and I'm gonna love it. And you're gonna love it. Very coming soon. Check us out, Slamador.
I'm Frank Escalante, aka Titty Roosevelt. You can find me at elfrankxe, elfrankxe on all platforms, and also follow Mouthful of Tacos. It's my taco review show.
Yeah, we got tacos.
Check
We
it
got
out.
tacos.
We discuss tacos, give you honest reviews, no BS, and we sometimes eat good ones and sometimes bad ones. But mostly
like
bad
the one
ones.
last week.
Yeah, like the one last week. Episode 16, check it out. You know what's it. But yeah, guys, this has been our episode
15.
Quinceañera, that's right. Banda
With our
Luz.
first-
Hey,
with our
we-
first
and we
alien
and we
specimen.
had tres leches at the quinceañera. We were talking about milk.
Hey.
Hey.
That's right, that's right. We're delicious. This has been a Beta Boiz production.
And remember, guys,
Again,
party on.
party
Party
on.
on.
Know your worth.
Know your worth, know your girth.
Take care. Love you.
Sweet.
Someone brought up the gang sign thing before, and I just want to say it's not a gang sign or a bad sign. It's